Hello everybody, welcome back to Civilization 7. We're going to continue playing through our historical choices series where we're playing through all the leaders of the game using the choices, the historical, strategic, geographic choices that the game provides for you to plan out our route through the ages. We have landed on Charlemagne, Charles, Carolus, whatever you want to call him. Charlemagne is going to be who we're playing today, and we have loaded up the Roman civilizations. In the ancient era, Charlemagne has two geographic choices, either the Romans or the Greeks, and I think since we recently did a Greek game, I'm going to try out the Romans. Both the Greeks and the Romans have a unique happiness building, which lends well with Charlemagne's happiness sort of playstyle. But where the Greeks have the influence and culture building, the Romans have the gold and influence building, which is what I think will be more useful for a sort of militaristic game, which is what Charlemagne really plays into. Charlemagne himself, father of Europe, military and science buildings receive a happiness adjacency for quarters. So you want your library and your blacksmith or barracks to get surrounded by as many quarters as possible. You're not really playing the adjacency game here with Charlemagne. You're not putting wonders and stuff there. You really want happiness because you gain 2 free cavalry units when entering into a celebration and 5 combat strength for cavalry units during that celebration. That way you're probably, you want to get to your cav units, which is a struggle in antiquity if you're playing as Rome, because your cavalry units come pretty late in the game. You want to get to cavalry units and then use those cavalry units every celebration to just plow through the enemy. You're not going to be playing the specialist game. You're not going to be playing the high yields game. You're going to be playing the crash and burn sort of game. And that's what we're going to go for today. Rome, of course, gets the Legion, which is a decently strong unit. It got nerfed. It used to be 2 combat strength for every tradition. It did get nerfed down. You also get 1 culture on districts in the capital and city centers. And then you get the Legatus, an army commander that can create settlements. The Forum, the unique quarter, plus 1 culture for every unique tradition in the government. Then you get 4 gold and adjacency for culture buildings and wonders. Then you get 3 happiness and adjacency for happiness buildings and wonders. So we're going to try to play around getting as much gold and happiness as we can and sort of conquering the world. We are starting with a militaristic attribute point because we do have the inscribed sling bullet. We're going to go for 1 war support. We are also starting with the punch cards. Gain 20 science per age for every science building constructed, helping us hopefully to get a little bit, wrong place. Helping us hopefully to get a little bit closer to our cavalry units. Our first cavalry unit comes like way down deep here in the tree with a chariot. We're gonna have to go and prioritize this. It's going to take us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 techs to get there, but you know, we also want to get up here to get writing and bronze working, so we might go straight to writing and then to the wheel and then to bronze working after that. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to get there. Once we can get down here to ironworking and get the horsemen, then we're gonna be really into some good stuff. We are playing on a Pangaea Plus this game, trying out the new Pangaea settings. We have lots of production in this capital. I like to see that, so we're just gonna found right in place and grab a scout. Now we're going to want to push for some science as early as we possibly can in order to get our cavalry fast. We need to get our cavalry unlocked as fast as we can get it. Here is a camp. Can't see it because my game is struggling, but it is there. We're gonna go for another scout. We should have plenty of neighbors around us to deal with. We do want to unlock the Bulgarians, which is Charlemagne's exploration era strategic choice. He also has the choice of playing the Normans as a geographic choice or Spain as a geographic choice. Remember, we're prioritizing historic and then strategic and then geographics in that order. So we're gonna try for the Bulgarians. They're pretty simple. All you need is, well, let's go for the culture here. All you need is 3 temples, very easy to get, or not temples, altars in this era. Very, very easy for us to get and unlock. So as long as we expand properly, we'll be able to get those. I grew to this tile for some food. I'm gonna need some production. I think we want to get a building here, our science building here. We can get some districts adjacent to it, so that would be fine. So we're going to expand out in that direction and be able to replace that citizen fairly soon. Looking for a good second city location. Second scout comes out. I want to grow, so I'm going to throw down the granary right here on this tile. And we're going to throw this onto the gold. That'll give us some production as soon as we get the right tech. And we're going to work towards the brickyard anyway, so that'll give us some production for that either way. We have unlocked, our chiefdom is done. So we could go for mysticism, we could go for the legatus. I think we're going to go for mysticism first. I find that the altar is usually, like the pantheon is usually a pretty good pickup. I'm also going to grab despotism to help us speed our way towards cavalry as fast as we can. And as far as social policy goes, normally I go for the culture. Let's go for the production and science this time, see how that plays out for us. It might be a little unoptimal because the culture is just so good, but we usually get enough culture out of the goody huts to speed ourselves forward. 50 gold. There's a goody hut here. We are to the north of the map. Brickyard comes in. That'll help us get some production when we build it. Might take us a hot minute to build it though, seeing as how we're building the granary. What do we get here? Well, never mind. 15 production towards Rome is going to speed that up by 2 turns. And Ada, pretty good as the Mississippians though. I was about to say pretty good first target, but she's Mississippians. Those burning arrows are kind of a pain. What I would like to find is some scientific or militaristic city-states. Speak of the devil and he shall appear. Saivash is right there. We're gonna start befriending these guys, Saivash, and we can start building our settlers. We're gonna need to figure out sort of where we want to go with those settlers. I have horses over here, and of course horses are Mesa Verde as well. Okay, of course horses are pretty useful for Charlemagne, so we might want to go that way. Food and gold. I can actually use this gold to put down the brickyard, get ourselves some extra production and science. It gives science to the capital, and we'll get quite a bit of that gold back. Let's explore up here to the north, see what sort of city locations we can find there. Otherwise, there's some locations over here we could take. There's something up here we could take. I want to find a good place to grab these horses, though. It might have to be like here. Oh, more horses. Yeah, this is a good location. Oh, that makes this location a lot worse. Well, this has to die. There will be a settlement over here, but that has to die first. Culture finishes up mysticism. We're going to jump into discipline next. And what can I get? I really wanted sort of the happiness, but it's okay. Production towards military units in the city with altars is fine, but I think God of Wisdom, I really want the science. So let's go with God of Wisdom. The faster we can get down to the end of the tech tree, the happier we're going to be. Who did we meet? Napoleon. Angry Napoleon? Yeah, Angry Napoleon. Someone will have to take out as the Mayans. Where are we going to settle this settler? Somewhere down here, I guess. Everything else feels a bit too close to the capital. I think a settlement here is not so bad. We pick up, I mean, as close to the capital as 1, 2, 3. It's close to the 3 ring tiles of the capital, but it picks up a lot of this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. No, if I settle here, 1, 2, 3. If I settle here, 1, 2, 3. Picks up all of that. And this, and has some rough terrain. I think that's okay. Production in Rome. Let's queue up a few of these things. And then we'll grab this production. We have met Machiavelli, a quick target to kill. Someone who's most likely going to irritate us. And will have to die, most likely. This Bolivar is over here. Well, we're kind of cramped in a little bit. I can feel it already. And Ada is already denouncing us. Speed running her own death. How embarrassing. Writing is done. Let's jump down into animal husbandry next. Get those ranged units. And the Witch of Thessaly. I don't want the happiness now. I want the culture. Please don't die, Scout. Second settlement goes in. Ravenna's connected up to the capital. And let's start grabbing some materials that we can send back. Some resources we can send back to the capital. Here's her invasion force. It's coming my way. Mount Fuji. That's going to be a good settlement to try to take. Charlemagne's procession is grand, but something is missing. More soldiers would add grandeur, but scholars beg to demonstrate their recent discoveries. Train a warrior and a slinger, or build a library. Let's go for warrior and slinger. We're not that far from that anyway. We have entered our celebration, and I think we're going to go for the science and gold. I do need, again, just more units to come out of here for a while. And I'm saving up my influence for Mesa Verde. Let's meet Bolivar of the Han. It's nice to meet you. I will save up for a research agreement with you in a few turns. And we have a narrative choice. The limits of faith. 50 happiness or 25 culture. Let's go with 25 culture. Speed this up a little bit. Feels bad not having our second city out by now, but I want it over here. Specifically like here. I see this invasion force coming. I'm not going to get blindsided by it. I can see it. Torre del Paine is up to the north. Looks like Bolivar already has that. And instead of building warriors, let's go ahead and grab a few slingers. We're going to need those. Quite a few of them probably, and then we'll kill this and we'll buy a slinger over here. We've met Trade Xerxes. There's one head alone that sits at the center of the world. Trade Xerxes, and we can start befriending Mesa Verde now. And we have finished our quest for a slinger and warrior. So let's see what that gives us. We're gonna go ahead and kill this slinger over here. Level up our legatus, and finally get some resources back into Rome that'll help it produce a bit more. All right, one warrior in Rome. Who did we meet? Confucius of Carthage. It's so weird to see Bolivar of Han and Confucius of Carthage. I figured the game would have swapped them out. I'm a little surprised at what we've got going on there. But again, I'm expecting her to start attacking, especially Ravenna. So I need to be ready for that. You need to die so that I can start taking out this silly city-state. And here's the war deck. Okay. It has arrived. I don't know what I did to make you angry, lady, but if you want to fight, I'll fight. Pull you back, pull you up. Heal that. We're gonna bring you around. And you. And we're just gonna keep building some units here, but I really want to place down my library when I can. I'm gonna go ahead and purchase another slinger here so that I only have to build one more. I made a mistake buying the slinger back there. I should have saved it and bought the slinger here. But if he's gonna make a mistake doing that, then okay, I will happily accept his mistakes. Let's move you up. Move you. Oh no. Why can't you go in? Bro, you have movement left. That's a dead city. Darn it. It very much should not be a dead city, but it is a dead city. What? She's just gonna walk away from an open city? You know what? I spend a lot of time defending the AI in this game. Online. That is absolutely indefensible. That city was just open to take. Well, where do we get a warrior from? Here, yep, we'll murder that. I am happy to receive your combat strength buff, and please give me the science buff as well. We're gonna go for Cursus Honorum, so we can get some culture out of building all the units that we're gonna be building. And We're gonna keep coming up here to kill this, but I'm afraid we're gonna have to back up a little bit. She's lost her capital to Bolivar. She's already done. I could send these units right here to go get Creek, and I'd be able to do it. She's got nothing. Let's work our way down towards the wheel now. Feels like it's gonna take a long time, but we'll get there. Let's pop you out there so we can start smacking this. We're just gonna have to hold you for a turn. I kind of want to get set up here. Ah, that's double burning arrow shots there. That's no good. Let's get some growth. Get more tiles work. Ah, my Legatus. I wasn't expecting the slinger to be able to murk it in one turn. A legion is destroyed, its commander defeated. 300 happiness, but less gold. Form a new legion to recover it. Yeah, we're definitely probably going to defeat... we have already done it. Okay. And that finishes 2 gold in the capital for every town. And we're going to jump into... Exercitus Romanus. We get some production. Let's go ahead and throw down the altar here, and we'll grab a codex. Fantastic. I lost my warrior due to the double burning arrow nonsense. This is illegal. She's got 2 burning arrows sitting right there. She's got 2 units sitting on top of each other. Game. Let's disperse this independent. Get the 100 culture. Get a militaristic attribute point as well. Production towards military units, I think, is where we're going to want to go. Because we're out of military units already. We're going to need more. Did they make peace? Yeah. Which means I'm dead. I got to run away. She will accept peace, though, so I'll take it. Commanders receive 50% experience. Infantry units get bonuses. I'm going to go for Marca. Because we're going to be using legions, right? So we might as well pick up our infantry units. We're dead, so it doesn't matter. We're just going to have to run back. And we get a cultural attribute point. Fantastic. I don't know what we did to get that, but I'll take the extra culture. What do we get over here? Mesa Verde. Science buildings receive +1 science for every city-state we're suzerain of. Is going to be pretty good. We're not playing hard enough into the city-state build to go for the technology one. So that'll be just good enough for me. In 1 free infantry unit for every settlement, or the bulwark promotion for free. Let's go for bulwark promotion. And I'm going to put you down here. I can't. Yeah, you're not a city yet. I'm dumb. I need to remember it's not exploration age. All right, it is time for us to be training up some units. We need to get a full commander's worth of units out. We also need to work on our Basilica. Temple of Jupiter would be pretty good. I also need to get the saw pit down here, which I can go ahead and purchase to give us that like altar bonus for science. I want the Basilica and the Temple of Jupiter to go here, so it's surrounded by stuff. We're going to need to like upgrade Ravenna to a city so we can get the unique quarter in there as well. We've entered a celebration. I'm gonna go for infantry units instead of science right now. And we're gonna go Auxilia for the infantry unit buff as well. Get ourselves a fairly decently sized army and then take out Creek. That's going to be the goal. I think a city right here is going to be the best place for us because it'd pick up or here. Do I want the wine or do I want the flax? I think I want the flax. Let's grab our settler. 4 turns feels like a while, but I do need to spend the time to take out all this nonsense over here as well. And then finally our barb troubles over here are dealt with. Oh no, 1 more turn. Wow, toughy. Tough boy. And we're not too far away from getting our Legatus back. 1 more turn on that settler. I want a settler to come out here and grab this as well. This is a good city location. So the question is, do we go into this stuff or do I go for another settler? I think we go for that 4th settler. We're very late to our settlement limit. We got flooded, hit our settler, which is gross. We didn't want to see that happen. The Legatus returns. And so we can start... Well, I thought we could reinforce. I'm going to hang out here until we can reinforce. I don't want to walk those boys all the way back. We're going to hang out back here until we can reinforce against this Legatus, and then we'll send the people up towards you. Slimy city builder, you. That's a horrible place for you to put a city. We get Pudioli. And then we're going to go for production towards you know what? Actually, production towards buildings in Rome, in this case, is pretty decent. Because, you know, Rome does get those bonuses towards its own city-state, or its own... Being the only city is what I'm trying to say. Alright, we have unlocked the chariot. We have also unlocked a happiness building. All of those things are things that we like to see, because all those things allow us to do a lot with Charlemagne. We now want to move towards bronze working so we can get our Legatus out. I'm going to send this warrior out with this settler just for a little bit of protection, some insurance. We're going to upgrade you to a city that is going to allow us to put down a library right here. And we're going to put the kaolin in there to speed up her growth in that city. We're going to put that library down so that we can get more science, so we can get more happiness from quarters and adjacencies, those things. Bolivar's walking troops around my city. I don't really like it, but he does like us, so I don't see too much chance of him sort of like betraying us outright. We're just saving up cash now so that we can get our troops upgraded when we get our bronze working in, because we're gonna have to get legions, we're gonna have to do air archers, all of those good things. Temple of Jupiter has to come next right here, and once we get that Temple of Jupiter, it allows us one culture for every unique tradition in the government. So that's going to give us a little bit of culture. Let's go ahead and form this alliance. That puts us at war with Ada. We're okay to be at war with Ada. So let's go ahead and load up our Legatus and see what her cities look like. I want Choctaw, but if I can't get I want Creek, but if I can't get Creek, I'd take Choctaw. Oh, we're burning already. We're burning. So she has some burning arrows in the vicinity. We're gonna have to back up, hang out here for a turn. He might take Creek, I'll take Choctaw, and then we'll have to find somebody else to aggress against. We might just aggress against Bolivar when we're done. It depends. Depends on the situation. He's gonna have a lot of cities though, but hopefully we're gonna have a lot of units. Poor city, Capua goes down, and it's still connected to the capital. That's huge. Flax comes in. Let's move you down to Ravenna. Get you up here. Rome grows. Rome strength. No, I want the happiness. 300 towards the next happiness event is so much happiness for us. Don't I have initiative on this guy? Thought, yeah, why can't my units immediately attack? I don't understand. Oh, we hit our celebration, which allows us to get 2 chariots. Fantastic. Here we go. Snowball is going to start happening after this. Production towards legions, I think, is where we're going to go. And we're going to try to push happiness as hard as we can push it. That way we can just keep getting all of these chariots out. We get a level up. Let's level up before we start using all of our guys here. You know what? Actually, I'm going to go down the cavalry side, and we're just going to kill off as many of these units as we can. Hold on. I don't want to allow him to get Choctaw, so I'm going to hold for 2 turns. I don't think 2 burning arrows will kill that. Maybe, but I do have the chariots in the back. There is Silk Roads. Put you in Pudioli, put you in Capua. 25 science. We want that. And SPQR is what we're gonna pop in next. Let's jump you in there, move you forward, move you up. We're gonna take you out here, and then we're gonna hit. We're gonna take at least Choctaw. I don't know if we'll be able to grab Creek. And with our chariot, we are just able to come in there and grab that. Let's get out of the fire from the burning arrow. And we're gonna keep that city. Or town, I guess. Put down points on our infantry units. We're gonna keep this settlement. And Creek comes next. Monument over here. Just to keep getting that happiness adjacency onto our science building. Now, where are we going to go on the tech tree? We want to jump down here to ironworking. It's going to take some time to get there, but we really want those horsemen instead of chariots. Somebody's getting attacked. Who is it? Which one of my cities got murked? Who got attacked? You did. Capua. Okay, well, let's... Ugh, it hurts. It hurts to pay for that. Especially because I want to come in here and pay for some of these. 120 gold. Ugh. Blech. Oh, she is willing to push for peace. I wonder if I could get Kusa or Hichiti. She'll give me Hichiti, or she give me Kusa, or she give me both. Well, let's take Kusa. Gives us peace, allows us to pick up some more gold. We get Zhang. Oh, whoops, wrong one. Do I get Changchije? Where did I see that national? Oh, I have it. Yeah, I got Changchije. Gives us a full city down here. She's working on this city-state. I don't think I could get there in time. 15 turns. Nah, it's probably not worth it. Probably more worth it to try to go kill it than to let her have it. Oh yeah, I can just walk up and murder it next turn. Ooh, I really want that gold, but one production on the palace is worth way more in the long run. But I want the gold so I can start upgrading these boys. We're poor. We're too stinking poor. Where am I going to get the most adjacencies? Probably here. It kind of hurts to kill this tile, though. The capital's built all its stuff. Now we're going to build more legatai, and we're going to get some district over here. We're getting 6 happiness per turn off of our science district here, which feels really good. Upgrade you. And just move you forward. Let's go over here and kill Thip. That's going to make Lovelace hate us way more. But that's okay. In a few turns, I'll be able to war her again and take Choctaw. How are we looking on our legacy pathways? We've really only been working on this. I'm ignoring culture completely. I need to get altars. I need to remember that I have to get altars. So I need to save up some gold. Who do we meet? Tubman. Oh, that's scary. Tubman's pretty aggressive. I have tons of influence. I feel like I should be finding a city-state to absorb. Let's go ahead and incorporate Saivash. King's diplomacy, capture a settlement. Already done. So let's go ahead and get our militaristic attribute point. Ignore unrest penalty is going to be pretty solid because we have this captured settlement over here that's giving us a lot of unrest. All right, we have picked up +1 production on urban districts in the capital. It's going to give us quite a bit of production. We like to have that. I think it's time to go for Code of Laws because we need some money. SPQR. I'm gonna go military point. Where do we go from here? +1 settlement limit. Grab that. We can capture. Well, I mean, we're taking this, but we could use that as an excuse to come deal with all of this. I'm gonna need probably some siege to take out the walls. Next turn. Next turn. We'll consider what it looks like next turn. I mean, if you're just gonna give me units to kill, why wouldn't I just take them? Very tempting. 2 turns. Anyway, I can't do it for another 2 turns either way. Well, then we're just gonna hang out. Well, here it is, 2 turns later. Let's go ahead and drop this war in. Then we're going to hit with you. Come forward and hit with you. Come forward and hit with this. And then we need to pop you out. I think my guy is bugged because I should be able to move and shoot, like deploy and shoot. He has that promotion, but it's not giving me the option. Fun. That's fun. You gotta die. Get out of my space. There's the arena. We're working on getting our horsemen as fast as we can, but I don't think we're actually gonna be able to get there. We're 4 turns away from getting another set of cavalry units, which is just going to help us even more. Who died? I think a chariot died, right? Yeah. They killed my legion straight up. That's nuts. I got Saivash. That gives us military. We just need one more capture and one more settle, and that'll give us like the entire military legacy path. I can't believe they killed my legion flat out there. There's a lot of damage coming through. I should probably heal. We'll have to sit in there. She's got a better defense than I expected there, but I don't think she's going to be able to do much more. I think she's at the end of her rope there. Fantastic. Let's get the altar now here. We've got the Basilica here, or the Forum. We're going to come into Choctaw. We're going to purchase an altar here as well. That'll allow us to unlock Bulgaria when we have the chance. My Legatus levels up. We're going to go for the commendation. And honestly, we're kind of screwed either way. So we kind of have to... We've got too many burning legions here. But we've celebrated, which means that we're going to be able to jump in and get 2 more cavalry units, which we can use to bring down this way. It won't take them too long to get to the front. I don't think he'll be able to kill all of my units there. We should, unless he pops a unit in. Yeah, you jerk. Wow, she's got too much stuff here. We might actually have to escape. Wow, that's nuts. Those burning arrows, man, they are defensive. I'm gonna need more units. There's the Colosseum giving us even more happiness, which is going to help us snowball really hard. By the time we get to exploration age, we're gonna be able to pop off pretty well. But we just kind of had to get to that point. A strange year. It's the plague. Infantry, cavalry units, yes. All right, Legatus, it's your time to come up and shine too. Let's pump out some legions. And maybe a ballista or 2. Wow, Creek is kind of impenetrable right now. Maybe we just pack up our ball and go somewhere else. I can't go through Choctaw, I have to be careful. Maybe it's time that we consider moving elsewhere with our units. Oh, she's just straight up willing to give me Handan? I will accept that. Fantastic. Okay. Well, then moving these troops up here is not worth it. We'll have to come back down for Creek eventually. Now that I've got all this, I really want to make a play for Gate of All Nations. Maybe here. More Fuji tiles. It's going to give us more happiness. And now that we have money, we're almost able to get Puteoli into a city. I'm going to keep this, and we're 1 city away from a military golden age. I'm going to go ahead and ally you. Oh, rejected. Never mind. Well, let's pop some stuff into you, so maybe you'll like us a little bit more in the future. Puteoli becomes a city next. Boom, we like that. And with Puteoli, we're going to build, I really want to build our basilica and stuff, so we're going to go ahead and drop those down. Around here, we'll get the most sort of a district adjacencies, so it's important that we do that. I need production in Puteoli to get those bad boys out a little bit faster. I also need some gold, but we're working on gold. This Legatus can actually come over here and make a detour. Oh, whoa, ho, 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 cancel. Well, now that's the fastest way to go. We're gonna make a detour, pop over here and throw down a city. because it's level 4. Where do we go next? Organized military, I guess, to get the settlement limit. We're already pushing settlement limit. Who's at war? Napoleon and Machiavelli. Get out of here. Get off my city. Poor Ada. She is just getting absolutely murdered here. I don't know. I think I found a bug here. I can't found a city with this legatus. Right? There's obviously something goes here or here. None of these buttons found the city. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 promotions on this bad boy, or at least 4. But I am unable to found the settlement, which feels cheap. Feels cheap. Bug. We should not have to deal with that at this point in the game's life cycle, but hey, whatever. Can't complain. People will destroy me on Reddit if I complain about this game. Hey, we get the Gate of All Nations and 1 cultural legacy point, which means we don't go into a cultural dark age. Growing pains, I want the gold. The gold is actually more important to me than the influence is currently. I could get more happy. So let's throw that arena down and start getting those happies. That way we get even more possible. Who's settled near me? Ada. Aw, come on. You can't have a settlement there. What the heck? You think that's gonna survive? That's gonna get raised. It's gonna get raised in like 4 turns. There's ironworking that allows us to get our legions upgraded. I might as well try to do that. How much does it take? 160 needs to be in friendly territory. I can upgrade 1. I can upgrade 2. And that's about it for now. Houses of Healing. Crisis grows stronger. Let's start getting some codices in. You can get a library here. I'm getting really close to this extra cavalry migrant. In 2 turns, we're gonna hit a celebration, and in 2 turns, we're gonna declare war and take a whole bunch of stuff from her. We'll burn Appalachia to the ground. And here's our celebration. So let's go for the science. We're gonna put in Latinitas. That's a tradition, and we get our 2 horsemen. These guys have way more combat strength than anything else in the era, so they're just gonna like absolutely murder some people, and she's not gonna be able to do too much about it. But we need to go to war while we have this celebration going, because that's what gives us our combat strength. We get a lot of combat strength for being at war in a celebration, which gives us about 10 turns to actually go to war and take all of her stuff. So let's deploy. We're going to deploy this up here. We're going to deploy you over here, and you're going to get deployed onto this. Let's go ahead and deploy some of you forward as well. Citizenship, and we're just going to keep building horsemen now. I probably need another legatus, but that's going to take 10 turns. Let's go ahead and do that then. I don't know if there's 10 full turns left in the age. Free library 1. We get our first set of codexes in and displayed. A horse, yes. That gives us Mongolia, which we're not going to be playing through this time. It feels strange to say, but we're going to be playing a non-Mongolian Charlemagne playthrough. Let's go ahead, jump in here, declare war, formal. I'm going to try to grab, I already have the military aid from you. Okay, fantastic. Get some shots in on the city, but most importantly, we're going to kill some burning arrows here and keep moving forward with all of our units. I can upgrade you. Let's get you out. And we can deploy you here. Barracks goes down on this, and we just keep murdering. Oh, I hate these burning arrows. Appalachia goes down, finally. And that gives us the military path completed. Let's put you into somebody. You murder this. come forward. You're gonna basically kill that off. Come forward. You have to move up. Let's hit this. Okay, that clears out a bunch of units that turn. Hollow land. Plague grows stronger. We're gonna raise this. I don't want this settlement here. Oh, there's still so many of these stupid units down here. Honestly, bud, you just keep building me some legions. You're gonna need it, I think. Oh, it looks like her settlement got plagued this turn, which is like good and bad. It's bad because I'm gonna be dealing with that plague. Yeah, I'm gonna have to deal with this plague as I go through and try to take the city. Ooh, the tech wrangler. I get 200 science. I don't really need the codex. The 200 science would give me 6 turns, about 3 turns worth of this. So yeah, I don't need that codex. I'm not going for the great library, right? So the codex is just sort of superfluous to what we're trying to do. We're getting kind of grossly plagued down over here. Slowly but surely, we're getting tapped out by the plague. But I have units coming in as backup. We're not completely lost yet, and it's only going to be plagued for 3 more turns. We're only about, I don't know, 1 real turn, I think, from taking it. Yeah, we'll take it this turn. Lots of death there, though. Okay, blam. That's a dead Ada. May mankind find a little of that brightness. She's gone. Dead. Destroyed. First of many. And we unlocked the Songhai. Let's try to pick up and save as many people as we can out of the plague. I am more than willing to let just 1 horseman die, but that is 1 whole civilization gone. We're sitting at 9 settlement. It's the end of the era. I think we should get 1 more turn after this turn, honestly. And next era, well, I mean, Machiavelli looks pretty weak. I think we did fairly well. I didn't want to take over the whole world. Taking just one loser out feels good enough to me. The Antiquity era is also sort of the hardest era, I think, for Charlemagne, if you don't start with a civ that already has a strong... You know what? I'm going to actually buy a happiness building, because it'll still give me happiness next era. If you don't start with a civ that already has a really strong cavalry unit as soon as you start the game, you're in a tougher position. But we started with Rome, obviously, right? So we had to wait until we could get all the way down to the cavalry to get those really strong cav units. Next era, did we already unlock Bulgaria? God, I hope we did. Yes, next era we start with a strong cavalry unit straight out the gate, which will help us a lot in taking over the world. Exploration era, honestly, is I think where we're going to really shine the most, because I don't think Bulgaria is particularly fantastic, but we have an early happiness building in the temple. We have production bonuses from Bulgaria. We have an early cavalry unit, so that's going to help us snowball into our happiness and cavalry spam. And I'm also going to change up our mementos to get Choyusin, which is going to give us even more happiness, which is going to lead into the cavalry spam even more. And that'll help us take over like the whole world. Let's view our legacies. 10, 9, Xerxes was closest, with Bolivar pretty far, and Machiavelli just struggling down here on the bottom. He kind of always does the worst, Machiavelli. We didn't try for science at all. That's going to be the end of this episode. Everybody, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.